Probability practice exercise 45. A certain disease has an incidence rate of 0.3%. Now, this was a big issue for us, remember, in class for some of us. We are going to need to move that decimal point 2 places to the left. Or you could divide that 0.3 by 100. It'll do the same thing. Either way, that'll be changing to 0.003 or 3 thousandths. So we're going to multiply that by the 10,000 to get our number of people who have the disease, and that'll give us 30. And to get the number of people who don't have the disease out of the 10,000, we will have the 10,000 minus 30, which is 9,970. If the false negative rate is 6%. Okay, so we're going to be looking in the row for the negative, but if it's false, that means that it would be negative, but it was wrong, right? I mean, correct? So if it was negative and they had the disease, that would make it wrong. So this is going to be your false negative box right here. Okay? So the false negative rate is 6%, so moving the decimal 2 places to the left, of the 30 who had the disease is going to give us 1 8/10. And to figure out the people who tested positive who had the disease, will be 30 minus 1 8/10, which is 28 2/10. So now we are looking at the false positive rate for number 45 is 4%. So again, we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left, or you could divide that 4 by 100 and we'll get 400ths times, and then we're looking at the people who don't have the disease, so we'll be multiplying by 9,970. And that will give us 398 8/10. And again, this is our false positive up here. So to figure out the people who tested negative who don't have the disease, we will subtract this number from 9,970, and we get 9,571 2/10. To get our totals for the number of people who tested positively, we're going to add this first row, and that gives us 427. Because the correct English is they tested positive. It's not like they had a good attitude when they were testing. And then the negative would be 1 8/10 plus 9,571 2/10, and that will give me 9,573. When they ask you to compute the probability that a person who tests positive actually has the disease, they're looking for you to find that they, what's the probability that they have the disease. Oops. Okay, given they tested positive. Okay, so that will be 28 2/10 divided by 427. We're going to change this to a percent, and we're round to the nearest tenth of a percent. And we are going to get 6 6/10%.